What's going on, my beautiful people? YouTube. What is up? What is up? It's good to see you. Your certified life and relationship coach, Coach Court. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 tips to strengthen your relationship today, like right now. I'm talking yesterday. Now it's late here. I'm doing a live late. I don't normally do it at 7 o'clock, but if you're here in the US of A, we're good to go because I know people in Cali, it's 5 there, 7 here in the Central, 8 o'clock on the East Coast. So it's good to be here. It's good to fellowship with you guys once again. Here in old Wisco, it's been raining a lot, so it's really humid here in my office. My office is in a green room. Office is in the green room, so it's got lots of windows and stuff. Glenn, he's in here. I see you in the building. Nice to see you, Glenn. 1 a.m. over in the UK. You are so loyal, brother. We're gonna. I'm serious. I'm gonna have to get you. You know what, moderator? Congratulations, buddy. You're a moderator. So if anybody come in here starting anything, I know you got my back, Glenn, all the way from the UK. Isn't that cool? Before I get into the content, if you want my help personally, don't forget to go to my website, www.fruitfulseeds with a Z at the end. And the membership program, I don't know what happened, but there has been a surge in it. It has taken off. If you guys are interested in joining the membership program, it's $25 a month. You will get a 20-minute coaching call with me every single month for as long as you're a member, and you get access to the private Facebook group. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget about my book, Amazon. That link is in the description below. $5. It's my story about how I became a life and relationship coach. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. It's good to see y'all, though. It's good to see y'all. Super humid in here, man. All right, so let's get it started. I'm loyal too from the UK. I know. I can't pronounce your name, Elif. I think it's Elif. Elif. I hope it's not Elif. Elif. Hey, Kathy. So glad I caught you again. Absolutely. I like I said, I post this on Instagram whenever I'm about to go live. I always post on my Instagram story to let people know because sometimes I'm just kind of random. Sometimes I hit you with 50 in a week, and you may get nothing the next week. So it all depends on how I'm feeling that week, and how also the bulk of my coaching load too. Because sometimes I don't have time to do so many lives, and I try to spread it all out because I do everything. I do it all. Like I'm all across all the platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So I'm trying to Twitter. So I'm trying to really balance myself out. I know I'm gonna burn myself out, but for as long as you guys got me, here is your Coach Court. I'm here. So here are 5 tips. All right. The very first one is you want to learn how to communicate like an adult. All right. Now, this isn't throwing shade at anybody. This is just real life. Communicate. This means, I don't know if you guys know, I talked about this before. Like Dr. John Gray has this thing called, John Gottman has this thing called the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. All right. 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And he said that if you do any of these things consistently in a relationship, your relationship will fail with 98, 99% accuracy. And those things this is all off the top of the dome here. So it's stonewalling, criticism, defensiveness, and contempt. Contempt being the worst out of all of them. So he said, if you do all 4 of those consistently in a relationship, your relationship will fail. And I think you guys know, I talked about that John Gray with the avoidance. The avoidance tend to go to contempt and stonewall, and that's kind of like their go-to when they're feeling overwhelmed. They're feeling like they don't really want to communicate anymore, or they want to just go back into their shell. So it's important that you guys know that those 4 things. Look that up. Dr. John Gottman's 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So you want to communicate effectively. And I'm telling you, I know people say it all the time. Coaches say it all the time. It may be a little bit overused, but it's true. Like, communication is everything. Healthy communication is everything. So The very first one is communicate like an adult. You know, no getting disrespectful, no throwing out curse words, profanities. Don't call people out of their name. Make sure that you guys are bringing a healthy form of communication to the battlefield. Like if you're going into the arena with each other and you're trying to have a conversation or you're trying to resolve an issue, it's important for you guys to stand in that arena together and communicate in an effective way, in a healthy way. Continue to court. Now this is super important. You know, the shirts I got made, court me or lose me. It's really important for you guys to continue to keep the relationship fresh by continuing to court each other. I know things get in the way. I wrote this in my book. Actually, we get into the land of the itis. You know, itis. We get into the land of the illities. You know, responsibility, dependability, reliability. We get in all the parenting. You know, we get into the land of the illities, and we forget to make the main thing the main thing. Bring it back to the foundation. You have to continue to court each other and keep that relationship fresh and alive, because if you don't, and one of my favorite coaches said, if you don't court your woman, somebody else will. Now that's just, if you guys agree with that, leave a comment down below if you feel like that's a pretty accurate statement that he makes. I think it's true. I think it's absolutely true. I mean, nobody wants to be in a relationship where they don't feel important and they don't feel like they are a top priority. And like I said, I know there are things that happen with having kids and you can't find sitters, anything like that, but you have to make that an important thing in a relationship. Everybody welcome Glenn. He's my newest and first moderator ever. So moving on. Number 3. Another thing that I feel is important. And I learned this the hard way, personally. You have to learn to let go of the past. Not only that person's past, but you also have to let go of the past that you've been in, that you've been through. Because, you know, I wrote a quote not too long ago that said, don't let your ex ruin your next. Because when you don't take the time to heal yourself and you don't take the time to address those issues that was in the last relationship, you're going to continue to cycle in the relationship that you go into next. And that's like without a doubt. This is why people say all the time that rebound relationships are going to fail with a high % accuracy, because you don't take the time to fix the things that you needed to fix. Maybe the issues that you had or the issues that the other person had with you, you don't take the time to actually address those things. And it's very important that you do that. So don't let don't let go of the past. Let go of what they've been through, and you let go of what you've been through. You know, easier said than done. Therapy, counseling, coaching, whatever you need to do, journaling, releasing all of that negative history. You know, it's very important. This one here, I like this. It's something that, you know, I personally feel like if this one thing changes in your life, it can absolutely, thanks Glenn, thanks for that super chat. If you could change this thing, you know, in your life right now, it's very important. Now, now I'm gonna go back to my marriage, all right? Because I was married for a while. I was married for a long time, 9 years. With her for a really long time. I hope she don't mind me mentioning that, but 15, 16 years I was married. In a relationship, married 9. One thing that really drew us apart was not going to bed together. All right. One thing that drew us apart was not going to bed together. It's important. I don't care if you may not have to do it every night, because everybody has their own lives. They have their own schedules. But it's important for you guys to make that time to go to bed together as like a routine, so you guys have that connectedness. Because what happens is people tend to sit up, they get bored, they're on their cell phone, they're doing whatever they're going to do. People are like, hey, how you been? How you been? You know, it's important for you not to get caught up in that trap. So build that connectedness with the person that you're with. You know, try not to sleep in separate bedrooms. Try to get yourself in the same routine. And I know, like I said, people have schedules. Maybe you have like one person works night shift, one person works the day, but it's important for you to find that time to come together in the bedroom and go to bed together. Like, you don't even have to do anything, just whatever. But I'm also a person that likes, my love language is physical touch and quality time. So I might be a little bit biased, but I have learned though from other people that when you have the guys, the husbands that stand up late to do extra work and the wife is going to bed by herself, after a while, she starts to form resentment for her husband because he's not making that time and making her a priority to give her that alone time or that just downtime together, you know. Comment down below. If you feel like that's a big one, I feel it is. If you disagree, hey, I'm all about, this isn't a democracy. This isn't a dictatorship. This is a democracy. Let's talk about it. One more here, and then I'm going to address these comments. Listen to them. All right. Listen. Now, this goes back to the communication. But sometimes when you think about communication, like, oh, what do I need to say? No, sometimes you need to just listen. And this is one that I found from, I want to say Dr. John Gray. Listen to them. And I was watching a movie. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie White Men Can't Jump. Old movie back in the 90s. I love that movie, man. Love that movie. It was with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. And but basically they were two guys, two really good friends that were on a basketball team together. And they would gamble for money. They would play basketball for money. And Woody Harrelson was dating Rosie Perez, I want to say. He was dating Rosie Perez. And the problem with the relationship was she got upset because he had a gambling addiction. He would gamble on all the basketball games. And she kept telling him, don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. And he said, you know, babe, I got this game. We got this in the bag. Like, we're gonna make a lot of money. And she was like, kissed him one last time and said goodbye. And he was like, all right, well, hey, we'll celebrate tonight. And she's like, goodbye. So she had been telling this man for a really long time that this was something that she didn't like. And he didn't listen. He didn't take heed to what she was saying. And after they won, she left them, came back to the hotel, and she was gone. Took all her stuff, and he was confused. He was like, "What? I told her, I told her this is a sure win, yada yada." And then Wesley Snipes said to him, he was like, He's like, "What?" It's like, listen to the woman. Those were his words. Listen to the woman. He's like, "You the one talked me into having this game." He's like, "Hey, I didn't force your hand. You know, listen to your woman." And I think Wesley Snipes in that, he had a healthy, thriving relationship in that movie. But for him, always turmoil because he never listened to her. And she ended up leaving him. All right, super chats. So recap, if you guys are just coming in here, all 5 of them, I'm doing rapid fire. Communicate like adults. No argument, no swear words, no disrespectfulness, no. Keep the arena clean. We're going to be boxing with clean gloves on. There's not going to be any razor blades under anything. You're not going to be cutting each other's eyes or anything like that. It's got to be fair. All right, continue to court. And this is just, if you guys don't know what court is, courtship, date. Continue to date them. Make sure that you continue to date, because if you don't date your wife or your girl or vice versa, somebody else will. And although men don't put a high priority on dates like that as far as like for themselves. But for women, if you don't date them, somebody else will. Let go of the past. Major. You know, don't let your ex ruin your next. You need to let go of your past, and make sure that you don't allow for that to ruin a potentially good situation. All right, because it happens all the time. I see it all the time. You know, it's happened to me in the past. So continue to release that negative energy. Forgive your ex, and this is one of the things, because most of the time you don't forgive your ex, and also forgive the past of the other person. Like they may have a past and that you can't get over. So make sure that you try or strive to do that as well. Go to bed together. Once again, go to bed together. Even if it's once a week. Make sure that you take the time to go to bed together, because when people are staying up, they're separate. You're basically two, what's the saying? Two trains passing in the night. You want to make sure that you're able to have that time to connect with each other. You don't even have to do anything. Just sit down, watch a show together, go to bed together, go to sleep, whatever. Love language for me, physical touch, quality time. So huge. Last one, listen to them. And that's what I talked about, the whole story with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson and White Men Can't Jump. Listen to them. Listen to your woman, because they're only going to talk. They're only going to say it so many times before they finally say, "Yep, peace." And then usually what happens is the man's standing around like, "Whoa, well, what happened? I don't understand. Like everything was so good," and then it hits him like, "Oh yeah." She is definitely echoing the same thing that I had been saying, that she had been saying for a long time. So those are my 5. Let's get to it. Honored to be here. Glenn, 1 o'clock in the morning. He's a soldier, man. It's not easy to change. Kathy, it's not easy to change. Has been a huge help. He's so positive. Thanks a lot, Kathy. Many of the others who post videos are negative and make me feel hopeless in my situation with the DA. Yeah, there's plenty of channels out there that's going to do that, but I don't know. I know my situation. I know the experiences that I've been through, and I wish I would have had somebody that was there for me, talking to me, helping me through the storm. And it can get difficult. So this is what most of the people who reach out to me, most of my clients, they reiterate the same thing. They say, "You just seem so compassionate, empathetic." Like, yeah, and I know your situation. I've stood in that storm before. So, and there's a quote that I like a lot, that goes, "You teach best what you most need to learn," which is why the people that are in a storm, they are able to have a better view of what you're going through, especially if they're a little bit ahead of you guys. Like as a person that's an anxious attachment in recovery, or whatever you want to call it, I'm just a little bit ahead of you guys. I'm not here to lecture you and make you feel small for going through for making the same mistakes that I made. It doesn't make any sense. How is that going to help? How's it going to make you feel any better? And many tell you what's wrong with us, but doesn't tell us how to actually fix it. I agree. Being with the DA was hard work, Kathy, but learned that I can't change people. You can't change people. And most of the time, people don't want to change. That's just the reality of it all. My love language is quality time. Drove me crazy when my ex would just stay on his phone. And if he didn't answer me, or took a while to answer me, my mom was like, that's too growing up. Yeah, that's I don't like how they put the labels on that too, like, oh, that's just Gen Z, or that's just millennials. But it's like, no, it's disrespectful. Like, quality time is quality time. Like, quality time is quality time. Sorry, my kids. Once again, I felt a little bit neglected because she was always working anyway. Because yeah. All right, I'm coming to that conclusion slowly. I wanted to change him, but as I move closer to being secure, I'm moving away from my DA. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. When you become more secure, you naturally aren't attracted to those people anymore. You start to know your worth. You start to realize what you're actually worth. You're like, as much as I have to bring to the relationship, there is no reason I should be continuing to take this type of behavior. Hey, Zara Mason. Simone had to plan the dates. He never would. Yeah. DA seems completely oblivious to his emotional distance and detachment. I get the sense that he thinks that's completely normal. If you guys are coming in here, go back, watch the recap. I talk about 5 ways to strengthen your relationship today. So go ahead and watch that. If you're still hanging around, I appreciate you. trying to catch up with these. So if you guys have some questions or some insight that you want to share with the community, go ahead. And I've made a decision to be ultra patient. Dating someone about 3 months ago. I want to spend more than once a week with him, even dinner or other activities, but he says he only has one night a week for dating. How do I get more time? 3 months now. You find out who a person really is within the first 90 days of dating them. I got that video. Go back and look up first 90 days with a dismissal. You find out who a person really is, and it's not going to get any better from there. It's just not. Like, the mask has come off. They are showing you who they are. And you know the saying, you teach people how to treat you. So if they're giving you that little bit of effort right now, just imagine what that's going to look like 3 years from now, or even 3 more months from now. So you have to ask yourself the real question: is this person really right for me? It's a tough one to ask, but if you can do it within the first 3 months, where you're not as attached to them, you haven't built that history or that rapport, you haven't met the family or anything like that, then I would say really do some soul searching. Simone, my lucky one, whatever. I usually meditate every day, coach. That also helps lower any stress. Yeah, meditation is huge. I think I talked about the last session, who I like to go to listen to on YouTube is You Are Creators, Justin Perry. He's got some good stuff on his channel, and he's large. Like, he's over 1.5 million subscribers, so he's really good at what he does. Do you feel like they tend to come back when you're doing your own thing? He's a fearful avoidant. Yes, it's something about when you remove that vibrations from them, when you remove your energy and you move your time and your effort towards them, it's like something shifts in the universe, and they pick up on it. Like, I've seen this so many times. I was working with a kid, 19, hope he doesn't mind, 19 years old. I was working with him, and he worked with him for a while, and he had an ex-girlfriend, and he really liked her. And I said, you know what? It's when you stop thinking about her and you stop reaching out to her, is when she's going to come back around. And one day he's just sitting. He's like, coach, we need a session right away. I'm like, okay, what's up? He said, she reached out to me. I'm like, he's like, I wasn't even thinking about it. It was the first day I had just stopped thinking about her. I'm like, that's usually how it works. You're sitting down, you're playing Fortnite, which he was, with his friends, and all of a sudden, boom, she messages him. It didn't lead to anything because he didn't take the right steps to follow through. But also, she could have just been bored. So it's weird. It's weird how it works. My DA goes nuts when I ghost him. He ghosts me for days, however. They can dish it, but they cannot take it. You guys are still together, though, I would imagine. I'm secure leaning DA, so I know how it is. Yep. When you remove that energy, when you remove your time and those vibrations, and then you start drinking more water, you start working out more, you start dating again, that's when they start to think like, I think I kind of missed that person. Go figure. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. It is good to see everybody. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel and making sure that I'm good. I'm giving you guys this information, but I appreciate you guys making sure that I'm good financially, mentally, spiritually, all of the above. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the community. Appreciate everybody helping me push this channel. We're really getting up there. So if you found this video of any value, please like, comment, and share with anybody that you feel will benefit from this content. That's a thank you can give for me. Or you can also follow me on my other social media accounts. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, TikTok. Most of them is I am Coach Court. So check that out. I'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.